All right, YouTube and everybody's. We are in a kind of a splotchy, cloudy, half cloudy situation. This is just real world conditions, I mean, that's just what it is. These panels here are all disconnected. We're running off the ones in the back. We'll get you inside. Normally this is 9 o'clock, and if the sun was everything good, I would be like being able to run the house load and charge the batteries about this time. But that's if it wasn't cloudy. That's the difference. So the clouds make all the difference in the world. Let's get inside and we'll show you what we're at. All right, here we are. We are looking at the thermostats coming in and out. It's 85 coming out of the tank, 84.4 coming out of the floor. Saturation temperature would be around 80 degrees ish for the concrete. That's 1,000 watt load with the element pumps and all that jazz is right at 1,000 watts. We are cooking our sand battery idea. I'm just going to let this one be above. I'll just see how much time it does before it dies, but it should, like be on and off, on and off. That's what the PID controller would do. It's a potential temperature differential. It's potential and differential. I forgot what the I means, but that's what PID means. But this has been running here. That's running there. That's right at 2,000 watt of energy. This old one is still running the nominal house like nothing's running though. It's just the lights. If the freezer refrigerator would kick in, that 102 would jump. But it's pretty stationary. Here we are right now. We are pulling a 2,000 watt load. We're making 3,000 watts. We're producing over 2,000 watts of electricity, and it's still charging the battery at 60 amp. Y'all, this is beyond incredible, y'all. I really got to watch out that I don't go over wattage on these panels. It'll interrupt. It said it would. So yeah, I mean, it has that protection is what I'm trying to get at. This little beast here, before I knew anything about solar, I had this one running twice over its wattage potential for like 3 years. Little dude held up. I mean, this is old school. This is not quite as back in like my grandfather's time in the 70s. But I remember when he bought he was retiring, and he was a machinist at Anchor Hocking. He made the molds, and he was a mold maker at International Harvester before it went out. I think he was International Harvester first. It went out, then he moved to Anchor Hocking. I'm not meaning he was doing them both at once. But basically the same job. He made the molds that stamped metal or came together to cast stuff in, that kind of deal. That's what he did. He bought solar back in the 70s, and if I remember right, it was some astronomical, Google this shit, y'all. It was like $50 per watt. 1 watt was $50. These panels out back are $100 a piece, and they're 400 watt. The price is like just went straight down to where this is really doable, except if you want to like have shade and you want this, that, and another thing, and hobble it this way and cobble it that way and put hurdles in front of it, then no, solar's not going to work for you, but only because you're you. It's going to work for your neighbor, it'll work for your friend down the road, it'll work for everybody that you know except for you. That's what I'm trying to get at. But if you can work inside the reality of what it can do, it means it needs sunlight, no shadows, no partial shade. It needs sunlight, 100%. That's another reason why I put them in the backyard. The If I would have turned them up, I think the greenhouse would have gotten their way. Maybe not. I mean, maybe not. I did a couple, like redneck experiments, and it was close, is what I'm trying to get at. So that's why they went into the backyard, and now it just ships the power in. If I could have my druthers, I would druther have the big brothers to these here in a cargo container behind the panels, and then just send them the 240 here. That would be my ultimate, but that's not what reality is. But to explain, these have 300 watt or 300 amp BMS controllers inside of them. That is like 250 or something like that. Max out, I'm only pulling 125. So these are like way overkill, super redundant. It's good, is what, and it's the chemistry, the stuff that you hear in the news. That's like nickel, chrome, aluminum, or something like that chemistry, or whatever it is. Okay, like nickel, magnesium, something or another. They're flammable, y'all. I mean, it's the chemistry that they made the battery out of that's wrong. The LiPo is not that way. It's a different thing. Now, do they got to overcome that hurdle of like Tesla catching on fire every time you wash it? Yeah, you got to get over that hurdle. Or every time it rains on the car, whatever it is, it's some ridiculously stupid thing that it has to get over. But what I was trying to mean by this and that and everything running at once on just that inverter, that's the only source of power from see these cables here come in from the solar panels. These cables are disconnected. There's nothing, this is just taking power from the batteries, and that's giving it to that's giving it out to the power. So is this, for that matter, but it's not giving nothing back to the batteries. I forgot where I was going with this, y'all. Well, it's 9 o'clock. By noon, I should be scared, is what I'm trying to get at. I was thinking that I might go over wattage. I'm almost sure I will. It's 9 a.m. and we're producing over 2,000 watts or 3,000 watts, whatever that was just a minute ago. It's a lot, okay? And this little dude can't do that, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, see, we're already at 3,500 watts right now, and 3,800, 3,900. These are phenomenal solar panels. In comparison to what I had, I didn't realize the difference. This like night and day is what I'm trying to tell y'all. The brand new bifacial compared to, they were like 10 years old when I bought them 6 years ago. So these panels in the front yard are like 16 years old. They are completely worn down, depreciated, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure these they'll wear down, like 25% or calm down or whatever you want to call it. But it won't be a bad thing. I got to figure out another 1,000-watt load to add to this. But just what I got to figure something out, or tie these cables with those cables to the battery, and then give this one a couple 1,000 watts of load. But right now we are surpassing everything that we could ever wanted. In cloudy conditions. So in the wintertime, when this is like ugly as it can be, I should have more than enough reserve now. Bigger batteries would be better. I'd like to get some of the MB56 cell batteries. They'd be like four of these square is one battery at 48 volt. That basically is like half of the same battery is what I'm trying to get at. Amp wise and everything. Like it's the MB56 has a 628 amp hour rating, which is exactly double of that. So that's literally half of the battery that I'm talking about. Eventually, a car. If anybody wants to like gift me an electric car, I don't care how old, how much how inefficient it is to charge. I would just love to be able to use the power, just to say that the sun provides all of it for me. And I'm sweating y'all pretty good. This is several hundred degrees, like a lot. Let's see if I can't get it without touching just the air temperatures. It's 297. Yeah. There we go. There's the air temperature over the top. It was in the 800s is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, 900s even. I don't want to go too much. I already killed this thing once. I don't want to do it again. With a PID controller, with this in a copper bowl, and I even thought about a better way to do it, is to just drill holes through the copper bowl or the copper plate or whatever you're going to use to hold back the sand. A copper bowl would be better, in my opinion. But to drill the holes through it, and then, like they used to do for the bomber seats, where they'd lighten it with holes and then, push it out, make the half round pushed out. And then slide the pipes through. Whether you soldered them or not, that's really irrelevant, as long as they were compression fit. But that would make whatever stack of concrete that you had above it exactly that temperature over time. And it's not from the lack of that. That has more than enough power. I could probably run two more of these by noon. This is 9 o'clock. I can't stress that enough. It's 9 o'clock. This one here with its 6 panels originally, this one here with its 3 panels originally, because I used to be 12 volt here. So it was separated is what I'm trying to get at. By 9 o'clock, it could handle the house on its own, and it might start charging the battery, but only nominally. It would just hold the load of the house at this time. The batteries were no longer needed. This is, like I said, running 2,000 watts of power plus charging the batteries at 60 amps. And that's what I got it limited to, so it don't get too froggy. Best I can do. While I'm testing it all, this is just the best I can do to keep it semi-safe. You don't want failure at this point. But the floor is already up to 84.4 coming out. Nominal temperature there would be... The concrete temperature is 83.6, 83.5. We're going down some. Hey, look at that. 83. Okay, let's find another spot, because that seems weird. I don't know. 81-ish. The tubes aren't like always touching, so you got to take an average reading, I guess is what you'd call that. But 80 degrees, the floor, with the fan on, the windows open, this is still open, upstairs is still open, the front door is still open, the fan is still on. I just came down from upstairs. It's nice up there. Down here, it's like you want to sweat. This is a little bit hot, but it's also that insanely hot thing emitting, because I'm right next to it is what I'm trying to get at. I better check I put the sand, oh yeah, it's still cool enough. I put the sand in the bowl to keep the radiant heat above, so it doesn't hurt my freezer. And to keep it from tipping over. That's pretty hot. But, okay, well, we're there, and I don't know what else to tell y'all, except we're charging batteries, and we are creating like 3,000 watts of power, or energy coming in off the panels at 9 a.m. So, tremendous update in my opinion. All right, talk to y'all then. I hope you all having a better day than I am.